Bespoke isn't a buzzword, it's how we work. At Raven Strategic Group, we hear the word bespoke thrown around a lot in our industry. It usually shows up next to a glossy capabilities deck and a one-size-fits-all program priced 3 different ways. That's not us. For us, bespoke is the work itself, the conversations, the listening, the willingness to throw out a draft plan because something you told us in week 2 changed everything. We're a boutique risk management firm with global capabilities built on over 20 years in emergency services, corporate security, and crisis management. That foundation matters, but it's not what makes us different. What makes us different is that we start every engagement assuming we don't know your business yet, and we won't until you teach us. We don't just show up on the day of the event with zero planning, whereas a lot of security firms treat planning as a phone call and a signed contract. We treat planning as a primary component for the job. Long before anyone in a Raven shirt sets foot on your detail, your event, or your facility, our team is walking alongside yours through the planning process, sitting in your meetings, reviewing your run of show, mapping your stakeholders, and asking the questions you didn't know to ask yet. We want to understand your expectations, not just at the top line, keep our principals safe, make sure the gala goes smoothly, but at the texture level. What does professional look like to your guests? What does discreet mean inside your culture? Where is the line between presence and intrusion for the people you serve? That upfront time is where bespoke actually happens. By the time we deploy, we're not learning your operation on the fly. We already know it, because we helped build it with you. It starts with understanding the need. Every client comes to us with a stated problem, an executive traveling into an unfamiliar region, a workplace violence concern, a high-profile event with 250-plus attendees, a compliance gap that's keeping someone up at night. The stated problem is almost never the whole problem. So we ask a lot of questions. What does success actually look like for you? Who else is affected if this goes sideways? What have you already tried? What's the internal politics around this decision? What's the real timeline, not the one on the RFP, but the one in your head? That conversation is where the real scope of work reveals itself. We've had clients walk in asking for executive protection and walk out with a layered program that included travel medicine planning, family residential awareness training, and a quiet revamp of their digital footprint. We've also had clients walk in expecting a 6-figure proposal and leave with a half-day training session that solved 90% of the issue. Both of those are wins because both fit what was actually needed. Then we learn the culture. This is the part most firms skip, and it's the part we care about most. A program that works beautifully for a US-based manufacturing client will fall flat on its face with a corporate office in Singapore, an incentive travel event in Europe, or a leadership meeting in India. The threat landscape is different. The legal environment is different. What people accept as normal security presence is wildly different. Even the way decisions get made inside the organization, who has authority, who needs to feel consulted, who quietly vetoes things, changes everything about how a program gets implemented. Our clients come from around the world, so we deliberately assess situations through more than just a US lens. We think about how something reads in the EU, China, Japan, and across Southeast Asia, because our network of professionals has actually operated, educated, and consulted in the US, Europe, Russia, China, and Asia Pacific. When we recommend a posture, a protocol, or a piece of training, we're considering how it lands inside your culture, corporate and national, not just whether it checks a box. Your team's responsiveness, professionalism, and behind-the-scenes execution certainly helped with the seamless and elevated experience we strive to deliver to our guests. We appreciate having Raven alongside of us. Thank you. Recent Raven client. We share that note not to pat ourselves on the back, but because it captures something we work hard to get right. The best security program is the one your guests, your team, and your stakeholders never have to think about. Behind the scenes and seamless are the words we want clients to use. If our work is the thing people remember from your event or your operation, we've probably done it wrong. And the only way to be that invisible on game day is to be that involved in the weeks and months before it. And we respect the budget. Here's something the industry doesn't say out loud enough. A great program you can't afford to sustain is worse than a good program you can. Budget is part of the design constraint, not an afterthought we negotiate around at the end. When a client tells us what they can spend, we don't treat it as a ceiling to push against. We treat it as information that shapes the architecture of the program. Sometimes that means a leaner operational footprint paired with stronger training, so your own people carry more of the load. Sometimes it means phasing capabilities in over 12 months instead of standing everything up at once. Sometimes it means we tell you honestly that what you actually need costs less than what you were prepared to spend, and here's where to redirect the rest. That kind of straight talk only works if you've already done the first two steps, understood the need, and learned the culture. Without that, every budget conversation is just guesswork dressed up in spreadsheets. What comprehensive actually means. When we put a program together, comprehensive doesn't mean we throw every service on our menu at the wall. It means the pieces fit each other. Training reinforces consulting. Consulting informs operations. Operations generate intelligence that updates the training. Across our three pillars, training, consulting, and operations, the goal is a single coherent program that protects your people, your property, and your resources, and that you can actually live with day to day. Every protector we deploy is hand-selected for each assignment based on the mission objectives and the individual protector's backgrounds and skills. Every plan is planned out, coordinated, and executed with integrity and professionalism. Every recommendation gets stress-tested against your culture and your budget before it ever reaches your inbox. People, protection, peace of mind. That's our mantra, and it's in that order on purpose. People come first, yours and ours. Protection is what we do for a living. Peace of mind is the outcome we're actually selling. And it's the only metric that matters when you wake up at 3 a.m. wondering if your family, your team, or your operation is genuinely safe. If that sounds like the kind of partner you're looking for, we'd like to have a conversation. Not a pitch, a conversation. That's where every good program starts.